listening to the Casual Sports Show.
Palmer stepping away at first. Palmer extending the play. Crosses the field. Larry Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald is going to take it into Green Bay territory.
The show exclusively known as the voice of the Arizona Cardinals fan club, the Bird Gang.
Fitzgerald inside the 30. The 20. Fitzgerald is insane.
Now with your host, Earl Burnett, a.k.a. Casual E.
Bird Gang on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bird Gang.
And welcome again, Bird Gang, Suns Nation, and all the sports fans out there. It is another Monday night, and with that, of course, brings another edition of the Casual Sports Show. I am your host, Earl Burnett. My man, Sean McConnell, is on the other side. And if you know anything about the Brady Bunch and Hollywood Squares, you can see what we got going right here. We got a whole panel of star-studded radio personalities on the spot joining us tonight, and this of course is the Casual Sports mock draft up to the Cardinals pick. So we're gonna get that going tonight, and I'll introduce all these guys to y'all in a minute. But if you want to follow us, go ahead and follow us right here on Facebook Live. You can also get us right on Twitter, Instagram, and our YouTube page with the same tab, Casual Sports, K-A-Z-U-A-L with a Z at the end of the word sports. We also have, of course, wherever you hear your podcast and or wherever you get your podcast from, iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, all these things we are on. And also you can download the mobile app from the www.ksrnaz.com website. Download the app for Apple and Android, and you can get the show right at your beck and call at any one of these great shows that are on the network. You can listen to it anytime you want to. So, with that being said, of course, tonight we got a star panel of guests here, as you can see, if you're watching on Facebook Live, and I don't even know where to start to introduce all these guys. My screen shows something different, so they might show different on yours, Sean. So go ahead and introduce everybody for me.
All right, let's try to do this from top left down to the bottom. So we got on the top left should be Jay Love from the Easy Sports Talk Show. You got me next to him, Earl next to me. Next row, you're going to have Mitch from the Sports Mitch from all over. He does everything for all these guys in these boxes. You got Ed Smith from Easy Sports Talk. You got Benny Blue and Jeremy Bridges from the JB and Benny Blue Review as well. This is pretty much the KSRN gang, as I'd like to call them, all in 9 boxes. Or how many is this right now? 7 boxes. I can't count. In some boxes. So what's up, guys? Say hello.
Hey. What up, guys?
What's happening?
What happened to Mitch?
What's up, everybody?
What is good?
Mitch is in there.
Oh, Mitch wanted to move boxes. Now Mitch is in the bottom.
Yeah, it's all good.
Fans real quick.
Mitch, where the hell are you at in a helicopter?
On the run. I was trying. They wouldn't let me get in a helicopter, apparently.
You were close. He traveling. You were close.
I'm in very northern Nevada.
Oh,
wow.
I wish. It'd be so much quicker right now.
You're on a bus.
I'd have Wi-Fi.
Hey, let me come on and let me start by giving some props here on the show. I want to thank all you guys for being dedicated to the shows on the network, man. You guys have been doing an awesome job. I gotta say that for sure. JB, you guys show awesome. The last show you had with your boy on there, Jeremy Strong, man, that was a hell of a show, man. I'm like, damn, y'all got to get these dudes to come on, to come do the network and come down here and let us get them down here, man, because that was a pretty damn good show, man.
Appreciate that, man. He's Jay Strong was a friend of mine, man. I've known that cat as long as I was out in L.A.
Right.
One of the great people I got a chance to meet out there, man. He's just a good dude from the South. He's doing phenomenal things. Wonderful.
Right. And then my guys over there at the Easy Sports Talk, man, that show is blowing up on Saturday mornings. Every morning, everybody's hitting me up, and I'm sharing it out, and it's going all out. It's like, man, you guys, Ed, Jay, I mean, since you guys got together on that show, it's been like this explosion, dude.
Yeah.
So, man, I just want to thank you guys for what you do on that show, too, man. You guys put it down every Saturday, man. So when is it going to be coming back, Ed? Let us know.
Oh, no doubt, man. We'll be taking a little hiatus. We'll be back in just a matter of a few weeks as everything kind of rolls through, man.
Okay.
And I get sick of hanging around me. I get sick of say, yeah, Jay, you need to chill out, dog.
No, but I got to give up love too, because Jay Jay Adams is the second part of that Easy Sports Talk show, but then he transforms into Jay Love and drops that microphone masters, man. That mug is just, I mean, it's just off the hook, dude. The last show you did, man, it was tight, man. So I love that show, man. How you got it, how you format it and everything, and talk to all those rappers and stuff, man. It's pretty
Earl, so he goes from Jay Love, then he goes to Jay Mountain Man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's taking pictures 15, 16 miles up. You know what I'm saying? Mountains and all
Sure
that.
does.
Like,
Sure does.
Trying to get my partner to go up there, but
yeah, you ain't doing it?
Nah, dog. Nah, man, we ain't doing that.
And then another person.
Back and knees ain't made for that kind of stuff.
I can dig it.
And then we got another personality on the radio that's getting started, but he has been, I mean, a piece of y'all's show, Easy Sports Talk. My man Mitch, of course, is going to be doing the sports Mitch. He's been doing it and dropping articles on KSRN like crazy. Dude's been putting it down. So, Mitch, man, I appreciate you for doing that, too. And, Sean, you already know what you all about. I know you and Benny are like the wheels of steel of all these, your show and this show. And it just make everything do what it do. So, man, I appreciate you guys and doing what you do on every show.
Yeah. So, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're gonna do what we normally do about this time and get into what's going on in the world of sports, and then we're gonna get into that draft, man, and see where we got going. So stick around. Hold on a second here. Okay, we got some things that went down, of course, over the week. How did you guys take to this thing on horse game with the NBA, with the players that came out to did the horse thing?
I didn't even watch it, man. Come on.
Same.
Come on. Horse? I'm not here to watch horse. I'm not here to watch Booker and Ayton play a video game against each other because they're so good at it. Like I'm not here to watch that.
Oh, it was so bad. I was like,
look, man, you can't knock them, man. It's like
they tried, but
in
man,
real life, dog. You can't knock them.
Of course.
Tried, but they missed on that one big time.
I like watching my kids play horse.
Really, you know?
True that.
Oh no.
I mean, but for me, I turned to it. I was like, okay, if they're gonna play horse, I was expecting some dramatic stuff, but it was like just blah. Like, dude, I could do that. Go outside and do that.
Oh, it was horrible. I watched Levine versus The Truth both years. They were just shooting like wing shots, and both years couldn't make anything. So
I know. It was weird. So, Sean, you already mentioned that Devin Booker won the 2K challenge thing they were doing, and he beat Ayton in the championship. About as close as the Suns gonna get to winning anything.
Hey, that's one way to stack the decks, though, is to put two guys in the finals.
Jay, I say that for now because I think that team is on the right track for sure.
That's a whole conversation for another day.
True. It's funny how folks was trying to make it into something that it wasn't. It's just a game. You just playing. You just on the sticks. It don't mean nothing.
Right.
Who's on the sticks? That's all.
Speaking of making something out of nothing, Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert relationship.
Oh boy.
That's kind of getting a little overblown, or is it actually going down the way everybody thinks it's going down? I think they had a conversation just recently. I think everything's cool with them. So us media kind of can blow some things up a little bit. So were they really going at it?
Donovan Mitchell said that they're teammates and that they both want to win.
Okay.
And that their relationship is basically strictly professional from here on out. So what I'm getting is that they wasn't really rocking with each other. No.
Right.
Right. And they gave him the Rona. That's why. Having the Rona off on him.
Well, Benny, I'm saying though, this is before. Like, I'm going deeper into this thing. I'm saying that I don't think
something
that
there beforehand, right?
That's with Gobert before all this stuff popped off. For real. Like, you know, I've been teammates with people. You know what I'm saying? Biggie, you can attest. I've been teammates with cats that I mess with heavy, and I've been teammates with cats that I'm just teammates with. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
I don't rock with them, but I'm not going to drink a beer with them. I'm not going to hit them up and be like, hey, let's go hang out. So I think that's what it was. And I think that the whole coronavirus thing intensified that. But, I mean, you know, how many times you work with somebody you don't care for, but you got to do the job?
to your point, JB, I think when JB and Ed can attest to this, because sometimes I'll mention players off the record to him, and Ed will just kind of turn and look at me and give me that look and smile and smirk. I mean, yeah, I trust the dude to be where he's supposed to be in a certain, on this play, but I don't mean I'm going to have a beer with him afterwards, and I think that just happens. That's natural.
Right.
Yeah.
I've told Jay before, there were teammates I played with, even on that Super Bowl team. There were dudes that if I saw him on the other side on the same side of the street as me, and we were heading to the same spot, I would turn and go in another direction, man. But when we were on the field together, when we were on the field together, that was we were, what was it called? One for all for one, but that didn't mean I had to like you outside the line.
Exactly. Also, we can talk about the NBA is trying to kind of put some things together, trying to find a way to come back through this thing. 25 days of some way of getting the players back to playing right now. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? 11 days of individual workouts and then 14 days of a training camp, and then 25 days total you should be back to the NBA. But when? I mean, I don't. Does anybody see this happening?
I see them just scrapping the season, man, just calling it. Because at this point, 25 days of Christmas? What is this? The ABC Family Special? This isn't going to work. They're not ready anymore. They're done. They want to play video games and hang out and smoke weed without getting tested. So they're done.
Honestly, Earl, this is a golden opportunity for the NBA to really get this thing right. Like, if you think about it, to Sean's point, maybe you do scrap the season. Maybe if you can find a timeline to get it done and condense it to get right in the playoffs, make sure everybody's healthy, cool. But going into the new season, start it in December 1st, shorten the season to 70 games, no more load management. If you got to reduce your minutes, cool. But you don't get to take a night off unless you're legitimately hurt. Have a mid-season play-in tournament so teams can't tank, and then get it right. So that way the season is going into the summer when more kids can actually go to the games and watch the games and stuff. Right. You can make more of an emphasis on the season and make it more important. And if you need to adjust the contract so players get more in terms of, over the course of those games where they would normally get paid, then do what you got to do. Because, look, extenuating circumstances, as long as all parties come to the table, they can add that to the CBA if everybody agrees. So it's on them to make it happen. So take a bad situation and make it.
So here's the thing, Billy, here's the thing with that, Billy, is that they have what they call TV contracts.
That's true.
And these people got lots of money. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Everything can be renegotiated, though.
But they got a certain amount of money. But these folks got lots of money, right? And they're not willing to compromise their money. So it sounds, it's a great idea. You know what I'm saying? It sounds so economical and so perfect and so right. But it don't make money to them. So and when we just talked about it, the money is what makes everything right.
Right.
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say on this one is that along those lines, there's how much money has the NBA already lost because Maury earlier in the year in terms of with China making those certain comments. So there's millions. There's hundreds of millions of dollars. They're gonna do whatever they can do. Stay in this as long as they can and make this money. And they'll try 25 days, they'll try 31 days, they'll try 31 and a half days. They'll do whatever they can to try to see what we can do to salvage the season, because they want to try to get this money into, like JB was saying, with those TV contracts, try to make sure that you try to do your partners, try to do well by your partners.
Yeah. JB, you said something earlier off air when you were coming on. You were talking about the season and as far as football is definitely gonna happen. You were saying there's no way that we're gonna lose the season, and I kind of hope that's the truth. I hope that's true, because I'm kind of seeing this. I'm pretty simple with this thing. I'm like, look, until I see a vaccine in place, and they're saying 12 to 18 months for a vaccine, that kind of adds up to no season this year to me, as far as all the sports.
So here's the thing.
Reiterate on what you were talking about.
They done said a whole lot.
Right.
They done said a whole lot. They said this, they said that, they're saying this, they're saying that. They said that these many people died, but I ain't seen no obituaries. So they can say a lot.
True.
Like I just talked about basketball. When it all boils down to it, money is what's gonna talk.
That's
right? Money is what's gonna speak. Eventually, this whole coronavirus thing, and they might not even hear this because I'm about to say this, it's just gonna fade away. right? They just go come out one day and be like, hey, go back to living your life. All right.
Right.
We got ample hospitals, we got ample breathing machines, we got ample treatment for whoever needs it. Hey, continue to practice social distancing, continue to wash your hands, continue to do all these great things, and go back to living your life. All right. It's gonna be fine. And you know what Americans gonna do?
Exactly that.
Because they're sheep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like people are sheep. So the NFL is so powerful.
Right.
And I think that we are going to see how powerful it is in this situation.
True. Yeah, that's well said. And we want to give our condolences also to Carl Anthony Towns' mom, who died from the coronavirus today.
Never said it was a joke now. It's real.
Right. Exactly. So we're going to take our first quick break here, and we're going to get back and get this draft going and see where we're going to end up, where the Cardinals are going to take in this draft. So stick around, Bird Gang. We will be right back.
Sure.
Yeah. If I can find I got too many dang boxes on this screen up here.
Story of my life. You wasn't lying. Look, I'm not that computer savvy guy.
Hey.
In a while, so don't nobody go nowhere.
MPX, a neighborhood joint located at 4717 East Bell Road, is not just another restaurant. It's a community partner and gathering point. At MPX, everything is made from scratch. The menu is a creative spin on traditional story behind it. From Ashley's biscuit chili, Ray's short ribs, to the PB&J French toast, there's a new favorite waiting for you. In addition to being the ideal neighborhood joint, MPX is committed to uplifting the community, partnering with local schools, hosting benefits, and give back. If you're looking to schedule an event, MPX, a neighborhood joint, is the perfect location to come together. And while you're there, be sure to check out the 195-inch TV. For more information, call MPX at 602-788-7134. Visit www.mpx.life. Follow us on Twitter at MPXLife. Like us on Facebook or stop in. Again, we're located at 4717 East Bell Road in Phoenix.
Tune in to the hottest hip-hop music in the valley. Music from all the local artists only right here on KSRN, the hottest internet radio station on the web. Featuring artists like Blaine Coffee, J Love, Bad Hollywood, Frontline Music Militia, and more. Hip-hop all night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. daily right here on KSRN, Arizona.
Who goes yonder? It is I, sire, Richard of Nottingham. Well, speak up, man. What is it? News from the east, sire. Larry has returned. Lying. Larry. You need Larry. Larry!
Send a message.
Larry! Fitzgerald has returned.
This is Larry Fitzgerald. You listen to the exclusive voice of the Bird Gang, Casual Sports.
All right, welcome back into the Casual House. Bird Gang, Earl Burnett here. My star-studded cast of guests here.
Hooligans.
All right, so what we gonna do, man, this is how this thing's gonna go down. Okay, so of course you're gonna have time on the clock. Your time on the clock is gonna explain where the team is, what you're looking for, what they need may be here and there, and then when you're ready to give the pick, just tell me you're ready to give the pick, and you hear your pick sound here we got up here for you. to put the pick in, and that's how we'll do it. And then you have to also give a little bit about your pick, the prospect that you're picking and why. So that's how we're going to roll with it. So as of now, the KSRN draft is underway, and I am not Roger Goodell, so do not boo me.
Boo. Boo.
All right, so Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock. So what's up, GM?
What's going on? I mean, shoot, play my music. Give me some, you know what I'm saying?
Boy, hype.
Nah, so,
Hey,
all right.
You can do your own hype stuff. You got some stuff there. Go ahead and play it.
All right, so the Cincinnati Bengals, who are a heritage franchise here in the National Football League, we have decided to pick. I'm ready for my pick if you want to give me my
Oh, damn, you're not going to give us nothing about what they need?
He must have had plenty of time.
No, what we need, we've had with Andy Dalton for the longest period of time. And so who is the definition of a 50-50 quarterback in terms of just being middle of the road. And so we know that we need to, if we're going to advance as a franchise, then we need to really take a bold step, take that to step out on the ledge to be able to find that franchise quarterback. So above and beyond everything else, what we want to do is make sure we get that cornerstone franchise player locked up.
Okay, so with that being said,
with the first pick in NFL draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select
one and only Joe Burrow. He is a man whose comp is similar to Kurt Warner. He has, when it comes to his football IQ and tangibles, they're both off the charts. He's very good when it comes to timing and anticipation. He is a Heisman Trophy winner. And he is, when it comes to toughness, we love his toughness both in the pocket and outside of the pocket whenever he decides to run and scramble. So the Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow.
So Cincinnati Bengal GM, didn't you guys factor in that Tua was healthy and you saw him still Burrow the number one quarterback?
There are both sides of the ledger when it comes to Tua, when it comes to Burrow. One of the things, for example, when it comes to Burrow is that his 2018 compares to his 2019, kind of like mirror images. Of course, he was at LSU when we won when they won the national championship. And so, but what we see is that is kind of a breakthrough, and that's trending upwards, not an aberration. When it comes to Tua, one of the things that you see is, I think that a lot of people, especially those that played in the National Football League, would say that the best ability is availability. And Tua, I don't know if it's through no fault of his own. I think it's just through circumstances, but that he has been injured. And so we want to make sure that we have somebody that is going to be on the field in order to be able to lead this group of players, to lead this team. And so that's why we decided to go with Joe.
All right. Anybody else got anything to say about that pick?
I have the Bengals. I would easily.
He's like, all right.
Great job, Jay.
Pick is in, and we got Joe Burrow has been taken off the board. So you are on the clock.
Not my Burrow.
Mr. Washington Redskins, you are on the clock.
Selection is in.
Oh, you got your selection already?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What you
All right, okay.
With the second pick, NFL draft, the Washington Redskins select
Chase Young, defensive end, Ohio State University.
All right.
With Chase Young's 6'5", 265-pound frame, he is going to be a monster with the Redskins, helping them convert to a 4-3 defense under Riverboat Ron Rivera. He's recorded 30 and a half sacks so far in his career at Ohio State. Best season having 16 and a half. He's strong, he's fast, he's agile, and he's coached very well from that whole defensive line tree from Ohio State. And shout out to that. I can't think of his name right now, but the D-line coach of Ohio State is doing phenomenal things. Been there for quite a while, and he's got a heck of a resume when it comes to putting guys out who are productive in the NFL. We're very happy about our pick with him and Mr. Sweat, Montez Sweat. I think that we're going to have two phenomenal edge rushers. We still got the OG Carrigan, and we're very happy with our selection.
Man, that's awesome. Take away that quarterback hungry team in front of you. He's the number one pick, right? By far. I mean, that dude on tape is amazing. I'm like, man, this dude look like a flash of a faster Lawrence Taylor to me. I don't know why. This dude is just quick.
Well, he has transitional talent to the NFL, but I'm not going to base it off him playing in the Big Ten. Sorry.
Okay. See, that's a good point.
So he likes him, but he doesn't love him too. He
likes him, but he doesn't love him. Let me ask you another question on the Redskins. Did you ever think about trading that pick?
Never.
Never
crossed my mind.
Okay, all right.
That's fair.
Okay. Mr. Ramon Rivera sitting beside me almost snapped me in the back.
All right, Mr. Detroit, you are on the clock.
Wow. Okay.
Who got Detroit?
Your boy.
You know who got Detroit.
You know who got Detroit.
All right.
How did that happen? The luck of the draw away.
Right. So look, in terms of needs, we need a damn exorcism. So let's start with we need to remove the demons from our franchise. So look, the third pick, even if it wasn't Detroit, but the third pick in general, essentially based on kind of where they stand, is probably the most. Every year we already know this. There's a ton of smoke and mirrors that GMs and organizations feed to the media to see, oh, we really like this guy, or well, we're not really watching this guy, or we're going to trade up, we're going to trade down, or whatever it is.
Right.
It's a very interesting pick that they hold because it really does hold a lot of value. I mean, this draft is considered to be very receiver heavy. Obviously, if you've been paying attention to Detroit's moves, they've essentially becoming the Detroit Patriots. Especially on defense, they got Jamie Collins, they got Danny Shelton, they got Desmond Trufant from the Falcons, and they've already had they had Trey Flowers, they've already had a bunch of cats that they were just pulling over that played under Matt Patricia when he was the defensive coordinator for the Patriots. Now there has been a propaganda that has been being pushed through the media about this pick, and I gotta tell you, I'm not necessarily into it.
Okay.
But gentlemen, I'm in the spirit of having fun.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I'm not gonna trade this pick.
Okay, good.
And I'm not gonna draft on what they're projecting as their main need or whatever depth they may think of the value in this draft. So Dr. Earl, I'm ready to make my selection.
All right.
With the third pick, NFL draft, the Detroit Lions select
Tua Tagovailoa.
No!
Of Alabama.
You
That's
mother.
Right. Sometimes you got to play the villain. Here's why there's a case for it.
Get off the show.
I'm doing this to have fun. I don't even really truly believe in this pick, but damn it, I'm doing it to fuck with everybody else.
Oh.
So I'm taking Tua. And the reason being is that I think there's a similar case to be made in what GM Javon's Bengals can do with Andy Dalton. Tua is already going to sit regardless of where he goes. He had a similar injury to Bo Jackson, but obviously that was the 80s. Technology has advanced. I think he'll be all right overall, although he may deal with some nagging stuff over time. You're looking at a coach and a GM that are on a white-hot seat. To put it lightly, they need to make some plays. I believe in Stafford. Stafford definitely needs a bacchiotomy, word to half baked. But he is on pace to pass Drew Brees and passing yards. Tua needs to sit for a year, let Stafford play, raise his trade value. By that time, they're going to add additional and youthful pieces to be around Tua. I understand that even Patricia and Bob Quinn may not even be there to see Tua through. But ultimately, you're talking about a franchise that's been up and down the roller coaster that needs someone that's going to be dynamic. And when Tua is actually healthy and can play, he's the type of guy that you can actually build an offense around and put the pieces that you need. Because, realistically, they were very efficient on offense when healthy. That was really the biggest thing that screwed them over. They lost so many of their playmakers on offense. And the biggest thing that they needed to address, they've really been doing it in defense. And there's going to be a lot of depth in this draft to get things that they want. So hey, maybe they throw the smoke signals and they actually take Tua and try to build for the future in that way. But for the sake of this particular exercise, I'm taking Tua off the board, and we're gonna put him on ice like a steak slab. Put him in the freezer, let him learn, and then come in when he's ready. Because more quarterbacks should be doing that, a la the Joe Burrows of the world and other quarterbacks like Jordan Love.
So you're gonna take a guy that high.
And he blew.
Benny, you're not gonna put him in the freezer. You're gonna put him in the deep freezer.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
It's a little urban for you guys. I don't know. That's urban, right? But
my question
you know about that deep freezer. You know?
Okay, go ahead, Ed. Go ahead, Ed.
I got a question. Will Stafford sit for that though? Because,
right.
As a dude that's been number one all the way through, and supposedly you're a franchise quarterback, as soon as you make one of those moves, it's going to turn into one of those Brett Favre situations where he's going to be like, I'm not here to tutor nobody to take my job. And he might, like I said, he might demand a trade. And then where are you?
They said the same thing about Aaron Rodgers. He sat for what? Damn near 3 seasons. And by the way, Ed, as you know, we talk about this on the review. One of our predictions is that going into this decade, the value and the position of the quarterback is going to change. Because think about it, Tua is going to be on a rookie contract, and with the injury, there's no guarantee that he's necessarily going to work out. Who's to say that they could be in a position where they could ultimately flip him somewhere else? I mean, at the end of the day, the quarterback position is becoming more malleable. It's becoming more of an asset rather than he's the guy, he's the statue, he has to do this. That's really kind of what it is. So am I saying that it's going to happen in real life or it should happen in real life? No. But in this case, that's the case I'm making for why they're going to do it if they're going to be crazy enough to do that.
But you just compared him. You just compared him to Rodgers. I would agree with you if he was going when Rodgers went. You're talking the high third pick. You're talking about all the needs you guys have. Look at all this defensive talent you're leaving up on this board. It's like, shit, you're gonna take a guy and sit him and put him on ice for 2 years?
Yeah, but again, you got to look at the upside compared to the other guys. I mean, look at the case JB made for Chase Young. They were saying the same things about Jadeveon Clowney. Now, Jadeveon Clowney's had a pretty good year, but ultimately he's been banged up, and it hasn't really went the way as how dominant he was in college. He was a freak of nature in college.
Right.
And he gets the pros, he's been cool. He hasn't been like all world, all pro like they thought he would be. JB is a testament. There is no guarantee in this whole process. The man went in the 6th round, for God's sake. He should have went in the 1st or the 2nd.
Right.
I mean, these guys are fools. So, I mean, you could spin it all day long, but I'm making the case as to why they could take it.
Hey, and that's putting it very mildly when he said these guys are fools.
Right.
All right. The pick is in. It is.
Right.
Wow, that was the turn in the shock.
How
of the
dare you?
Come on, man. We gotta have some fun.
You gotta take collection after that.
There we go.
All right. You gotta ask for a collection now.
He did it with a smile too.
Be selection from the choir.
Man.
Okay, so now the New York Giants are on the clock. That would be me. They have an abundance of needs as well. I mean, anything from offensive line to wide receiver to linebacker, edge rusher, you name it, they need it. The franchise probably hasn't seen a dominant defense player since Michael Strahan, probably. So they could go that route.
I'll say OC.
OC. Oh yeah, there you go. OC, another good one. So yeah, they could go that route, or they can go and protect their future investments, which is Barkley and Daniel Jones, and they can go offensive line. And I think that's what they should do because those two guys are your staples going forward. You play in the NFC East. Every team that's atop the NFC East, Philly and Dallas, have awesome offensive lines. You got to get caught up to speed with them guys so you can compete in that division. And the Giants need an offensive line. So my pick is definitely coming in with an offensive lineman. Here we go.
With the 4th pick, NFL draft, the New York Giants select
Jedrick Wills out of Alabama. This cat, man. And JB, I'm glad you on here because I know you can attest to this. I know you probably won't even agree with this, but this guy, to me, watching him on tape, I mean, this kid is the guy that can do both things. You need somebody to protect Daniel Jones. You need somebody to make a hole for Saquon Barkley. This kid can do it right now. And you take him in this draft, he can do it right now. He's NFL ready now.
Me personally, I would have picked the kid from Iowa. When you talk about
worse,
yeah. When
okay.
you talk about ready to play right now.
Mm-hmm.
That kid he's talented. He does everything right. He has tremendous upside. He's smart. Not taking anything away from Jedrick now.
Oh yeah.
But me personally with Jed, I looked at him his junior year. He made a great leap to his senior year because his junior year, I don't think he was that hot. I remember him getting more holding calls, offsides. I mean, he mentally he just wasn't there to me. But he's a talent and he works his butt off. And senior year he played very well. So I like the pick. I feel like he can go in and play. But personally, I would have picked the kid.
You would have picked worse. Here's my thing about worse. You tell me if you agree or not. The reason why I did not go with worse is because I'm hearing rumblings about he doesn't have that nasty dog in him as like Jedrick has in him.
You know who didn't have that nasty dog coming out?
Who's that?
Joe Thomas.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know how long Joe Thomas played?
Forever.
And I think he made a promo, Sean. I think he made a promo every 1,000 years in the 1,000 years he was playing.
Right,
so,
but we the Cardinals though, man. See, when we try to go nasty, we end up with Jonathan Cooper. See, that's what I'm talking about. And when I see
that's a different topic for a different day there.
Oh, no, I'm just joking.
In this NFL, right, and I tell Ben this all the time, when it comes to offensive linemen, there's no more left tackle. There's no more right tackle.
Right.
You got to be able to play 4 positions on that offensive line. And I exclude center because center is a special skill set. So if you can't go down and play guard, then I don't want to draft you. And that's why I look at the kid from Iowa. What's his name? Worse,
yeah.
Tristan Worse, yeah.
He's a guard tackle type. Now, I ain't saying Jedrick can't do it, but he's never done it. I feel like the kid from Iowa, his first year on the field, second year, maybe played guard. And then they moved him out to tackle. Now, he's mad athletic. He can run. He's strong. You know, he's one of those guys, but he puts it on film. And what I like about him more so is not the nasty, because nasty a lot of times is just throwing people on the ground. That's what they call nasty.
Okay.
What I like about Worse is the balance, right?
Okay.
Balance, the finishing blocks on his feet, right? The premise of a successful block is keeping my body as an offensive lineman between the defender and the ball carrier. That's all it is.
Correct.
Right? So if a guy hits the ground, that's just a plus. But I tell my guys when I train them, I'm more pleased as a coach and a trainer by a block that you finish on your feet, because I know that you're handling the situation. So let me ask you this. Might be another Flowers. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you this. Anybody can answer this question, but let me ask you this, particularly you, JB. Do you think the school plays a bigger part in this? Like Alabama, I mean, what he's learning from Alabama can definitely be something worth that, right?
Nick Saban is the best
right,
coach.
Right. So he's talking.
But you're not going to coach for Nick Saban if you don't know what you're doing. If you're not coaching,
exactly.
Developing those kids, he's not.
Absolutely.
So he's getting top tier. Like I said, he's not a bad pick.
Right.
Personally, I would just pick the other cat.
Got you.
You gotta, and Earl, too. You almost gotta look at certain schools by the position too. If you're looking at offensive line, particularly guys who are their primary position is tackle, a lot of those guys who have good careers are coming out of Big Ten schools.
Correct.
Mostly Iowa, Wisconsin, schools like that. They're true hog mollies, as it were. So
I don't know about Wisconsin.
Go to certain schools. That isn't always the case, but it's a good indicator to find out. You know.
Absolutely. So we got a draft that's going all kinds of directions here. So let's go with the 5th pick. And Miami, you're on the clock.
Yeah, yo.
Miami's reeling right now. We don't know what to do right now.
They don't know what to do.
Tua got robbed from us. We thought Tua was just going to fall right here. So what does Miami need? Miami needs just about everything except for, I would say, cornerback. So the heart's beating. What are we going to do now? We need something. We need something.
Your draft just took a shot.
So Miami's not going to go quarterback here. The pick is in, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, here we go.
With the 5th pick, NFL draft, the Miami Dolphins select
Isaiah Simmons, linebacker, Clemson. Because Miami Dolphins need an identity, but they can't get it on offense now that Tua is gone. They're going to do it on the defensive end. And you know what they're going to put behind center? Cam Newton. They're going to go pick up Cam Newton now. You don't give me Tua, we're going to take Cam. and we're gonna get a lineman in the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh rounds. We're just gonna get new linemen across the board.
You came up with that plan just now, huh?
They got some good stuff in Miami to make you think.
That's good. That's good. On the fly.
Backup plan.
Good looking out, Benny, for destroying the draft. You had to make him
destroyed the draft.
He was freestyling that more than I was. Cam Newton, and he's already got the whole wardrobe for South Beach.
He's ready for South Beach. He's ready. He's born for it.
Good job, Sean. Good job. All right, we got the Chargers.
Pulled that out of nowhere.
Clock.
So right now the Chargers are in need of a quarterback, thanks to Philip Rivers going to the Colts. So my pick is in.
With the sixth pick, the Los Angeles Chargers select.
I am going with Herbert, who I actually think should go to the Lions instead of Tua.
Solid.
So Mitch, here's my thing, man. Here's my thing.
Here we go.
No, I'm good. I knew this would get some hate.
Before you started, the first thing Mitch said was that San Diego needed a quarterback because Philip Rivers left. San Diego, the LA needed a quarterback 4 years ago.
I knew you were going to say that.
When Philip Rivers leaving, he was right there, and they still needed a quarterback.
Man.
So, I think with Herbert, and look, your pick is your pick. Everybody does what they do. I think with Herbert, that y'all just drafted another Philip Rivers.
Right, right.
But on a rookie contract.
I agree with that. Man, I watched this kid up close when he played ASU. He didn't look superstar to me.
Oh, that was the worst game he ever
had.
Oh,
my God. I was like, that dude looked confused. I know we all have bad games, but dang.
But, okay, so here's the reason I'm picking him.
Okay.
So, I like a quarterback who has 2.5 years of experience. This dude has 4 years. 6'6", 240 pounds. San Diego or LA Chargers, 80% of their roster is destroyed every single year. Just week one, they lose 80% of their roster. I want a durable guy, a Matt Stafford-looking guy, someone big, powerful. I think he can actually survive a whole season, unlike anyone on that team. He has Keenan Allen. And, it was his worst game when he faced ASU. But when that fourth quarter came down to it, he threw 3 touchdowns. He got his mind back in the game and almost won that game if Ayuk didn't break off that 80-yard touchdown, which the quarterback could not stop Ayuk on that play.
Wow, you got some stuff done.
So you telling me Jalen Johnson III didn't help him out a whole lot on that? Yeah, because
my other pick, I was thinking about
really.
I was thinking about picking up Love.
Inherent throws, like he really went and got. I mean, I feel I get your point. He did. Balls thrown, balls caught, touchdowns scored.
Right.
But I think the guy on the receiving end did his quarterback a solid a couple times to make him look good, right? I'm not saying the kid can't play in the league.
Hey, Chargers GM, let me ask a question.
All right.
If you're following the NFL, I know you are because you are a GM of the Chargers. Most teams are starting to do that new look quarterback that can do the mobile thing and throw the ball from the pocket. Why not go with Love in that spot?
I was thinking the same thing.
See, and I was thinking about it too. I was thinking about you, Jeremy. I know how much you love Jameis Winston and how much he throws interceptions.
Oh my God!
But I do love the fact, Love can do everything. Hey, Q, how's it going? I do love the fact that Love can do everything, but the fact of the matter is he threw 17 interceptions. You cannot teach accuracy in the NFL. Has not been done great yet. Josh Allen's done all right, but has not been done great. I want an accurate quarterback that can do something, and Herbert can run. He can definitely run. He just chooses not to.
Okay.
Herbert is the next Josh Rosen.
Oh.
I would have gone Mariota.
But that's close. I'm telling you, that sounds close enough. That sounds close enough. And I mean, you're taking this kid. You're talking about he's going to play right now, right away, or you're going to sit behind Taylor for a year?
Oh, he ain't sitting behind anyone.
Oh, you're going to put him on the field.
Week 1.
Wow.
Week 1. He's your sixth pick. You got to put him in week 1. You want him to sit behind.
So you definitely expecting. So you expecting LA to go into the new building to be 0-16.
Look, they already.
Josh Rosen wasn't 0-16.
They already this close from getting ran out of LA.
All that quick. They just got there. They might ready to
already this close from being ran out of LA.
Jokes.
They'll go to Oregon.
Right.
Herbert is the second quarterback to throw over 10,000 yards in his career
in
college. You think that he can't win a game?
Right.
That's what we're going. We're going off of college.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying,
had three professional wide receivers.
Can he make the transition? Is what I'm looking at.
I think
he
he
make
can.
that transition?
I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes by any means. Like, I'm not saying, and he might not even be. I think he's going to be more Matt Stafford level.
Okay.
But you can put weapons around him, especially with Keenan Allen right now still on that team, and he can still be great. I think.
All right.
You definitely got a good comparison with Matt Stafford because Matt Stafford fuck off. I mean, he'll mess off. He'll mess off a whole 3 quarters and then come back.
I don't got the dump button ready.
Yeah, sure would. All right, so now we got the team ahead of us on the clock. The Panthers are on the clock.
Oh. First off, I'm glad I'm going behind Mitch because he took a whole lot of heat. I can say whatever I want now. So. For me, this is like one of those confusing picks, man, because I'm not sure what the Panthers are, the position they're in right now, because basically you just fell to the 4th team in your own division with Brady going to Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Drew Brees trying to get that last one in, and Matty Ryan and the Falcons. You never know where you get from them, but you dump Cam Newton, who at 20, I think you could have kept him on for 20 mil cheap, which quarterback money, that's really inexpensive. You let him go. You bring in Teddy Bridgewater, which is a good quarterback, but he's not a great quarterback. So it's almost like, and you'll like this one, Earl. He's like that girl that you really wanted to go with your superstar, but her mother wouldn't let you, so you had to go down. You had to downgrade and go with that second girl to the prom. And the good part, though, was you knew he was going to get some at the end of the night. So there was, you had that to fall back on.
No.
I don't know.
I can always count on Ed and his relationship analogy.
Love talks with Ed.
Let me tell you this much. That's from true experience, too. Okay. I got snubbed with my first request in my senior year.
Oh, no.
So right now, I don't know what you got McCaffrey. You went out and got Robbie Anderson, a couple wide receivers to supplement on that side. I think defense is the focus for the Panthers. I'm not sure what their identity is going to be or anything like that because I'm not really too familiar with their head coach, but as the GM, I'm making this pick. And I don't think it's going to be the sexiest of picks, but I think it's going to be an efficient pick. So with that being said, go ahead and
pick is in. All right.
With the 7th pick, the Carolina Panthers select.
I'm going to go and I'm going to get Derek Brown from Auburn on that defensive line.
Wow.
I think right from the beginning, he'll be able to be somebody who can come in and start, if not start, be in the rotation. And like I said, offensively, we're going to figure it out with Teddy and conservativeness and stuff like that. But I think he'll help us shore up that defensive front. And that's a start. I mean, I think we have 8 picks in the draft. So, we're going to have to go out. I think next will be some cornerbacks and different things like that. But I think he'll be able to help us up front and at least give us some hope that, maybe stirring up some chaos when we're facing Brady, Breeze, and your boy in Atlanta 6 times throughout the year.
Okay, good pick.
Shame y'all couldn't draft a head coach.
I got to give a shout out to my assistant GM here in the Panthers.
Hey, there he is. Enjoy that signing bonus.
So GM for the Panthers. No weapons to give to your boy that you just got, quarterback wise. No receiving weapons. I mean, all these receivers on the board. None of the number 1 guy off the board. No.
Too high up in the draft for me to spend on a wide receiver.
Okay.
Plus, like I said, I don't think we're not competing. It will be a good term for us this year. I don't think this is a winning year when you got Teddy Bridgewater against those other 3 quarterbacks. So I'd rather focus on the other side of the ball. And so, for instance, how the last few years the Cardinals have gone out and done something like that. They've gone and got a wide receiver when they should have gotten offensive linemen and different things. I just think in this instance, it's just more productive for us to get a guy that we can slot in like I said, start building that other side of the ball, and we'll figure out those other pieces on the offensive side as we move forward.
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right. So with that,
we got a lot of options at 8 now.
Yeah, we are. That's what I'm looking at, man.
So let me
exactly
just
what I was about to say.
Since we only have
we
only got 10 minutes.
We're all going to turn into Cardinals scouts, and we're going to go in the war room with GM Steve Keim, and we're going to tell him what we think and who we should get. And right now, the Cardinals are on the clock.
The Arizona Cardinals are on the clock.
So what y'all think? I mean, we're seeing. I mean, nobody. Jeff Okudah, really? He dropped.
Wirfs dropped.
Wirfs dropped.
All the receivers are still there, and Javon Kinlaw is still there.
Wow.
You got options.
You better get you an offensive line.
You know. Hey, listen what I'm about to tell you now.
Okay.
All right. Based on what Ed just said, it was phenomenal, right? We don't need another weapon offensively this early.
Okay.
What we do need is, even though Thompson played well at safety, we need a true safety. I mean, a true safety. One that's old school, got size, can play down by the line of scrimmage, but he can cover sideline to sideline. Ball hog. First pick, 8th pick in the Arizona Cardinals, 2020 draft.
Mm-hmm.
It's Grant Delpit.
It's not bad.
LSU.
LSU.
That kid is going to be a ball player in this league for a long time. I know he dropped because they thought he wasn't fast. He ran a 4.3 at his pro day. The kid weighs about 215 pounds. He's 6'2". We got Buda Baker, true indeed, but Buda, he can cover tight ends, but he's too small.
Okay.
Right? But what Buda can do is Buda's very smart to play the free. Right? Buda can help a lot, and he knows when to help. He knows where to help. Right?
Right.
So I think that if we got the kid and gave him responsibility, say, hey, here's his tight end. He's 6'5", cover him down the seam. Wouldn't be no problem. Bring him in the box. Hey, it's 2nd and 3. Got a team likes to run the ball. Now we got 8 in the box with this guy. He's going to sift through. He's going to make tackles. You're not going to run sideline to sideline on him. He's fast. He got a linebacker mentality. I think that the Cardinals should go big safety, first pick, 8th pick in the draft.
Okay, Sean, give us the pick.
All right,
Not
I'm taking
the actual pick, but just what you think.
I'm taking. I know JB. I love what you said, but I gotta go with CeeDee Lamb because I'm going with the deep freezer method of Benny that he screwed me on with the Tua pick. You're putting Lamb in the freezer for when Larry finally decides to hang it up. Whether or not Hopkins gets that extension and stays after his contract is up, you need that insurance policy. Lamb is that guy. Simple as that for me.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Ed. Go ahead, Ed.
I mean, it's a good case.
I like that case too. I went with the exact same thing, CeeDee Lamb. And the only reason I did that for 2 reasons. I'm looking at my division and I'm sitting at 8, and I'm going to give another weapon to the 49ers who can take Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb off the board from me. Now I got to deal with that in that division too. And then I'm looking at Kyler Murray. I mean, Kyler Murray's man, he knows this kid in and out. They know each other. The camaraderie with them two and the hookup on the field is instant. And in today's world of COVID-19, rookies are not going to get a chance to go into the dang OTAs and the rookie camps and all those things the way they normally would. Right. Now you got to say, I got to get ahead of the game. If I could get a guy that knows my system already, I'm ahead of the game. So I get this cat to come in and get with Kyler, and we off and running, man. Our offense is unstoppable. That's how I see that.
So you say you can't tell Delpit to play cover 2 and he will?
Oh no. Hey.
That's a good pick, JB. It's a good pick. It's a good pick.
There's a learning curve. There's a hell of a learning curve.
CeeDee Lamb. Here's my thing with CeeDee Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
He's small, right?
Really?
He's not a big receiver at all, right? Hollywood Brown and that's who I compare him to. I compare CeeDee Lamb to Hollywood, but it's not as fast, right? Route running, ball catching ability, all those things, right? He's a tough little guy.
Hey, he saved it.
6'2", 198.
Is he that big?
6'2", man.
That's what they got him listed at.
He taller than me.
192.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, let's keep him. He's good, all right.
Anybody else got another pick for the Cardinals?
Ed's got one.
What you got, Ed?
My question is, what good is all the money in the world if you can't go anywhere and spend it right now? Saying that, if you can't keep Kyler Murray protected right now,
okay,
what good is all the weapons in the world? So with me saying that, my philosophy is if the Cardinals don't go out and shore up that offensive line with a solid right or left tackle, preferably left, with the talent, you can't. In my opinion, the time for drafting offensive linemen in the second and third and fourth rounds for the Cardinals, that should be over. You need to go get a dude that's going to be there for the next 10 to 12 years, as long as Kyler's going to be there, protecting his blind side. All the weapons will be there. Like you said, the abundance of offensive or wide receivers in this draft, plentiful. You can go and find them one, maybe not, like we said, Lamb or some of the other ones. You can find that later in the draft. What you need to do is shore up that offensive line for me. And there's a number of them. I didn't research the exact names, but whoever's on the top of your board as far as that offensive line, you go shore that up. Cancel Christmas for the next couple because you got that taken care of. And then, like I said, fill in the holes down the line.
Here's my thing with that, E, is I think that I understand what you're saying, and you're right. They definitely got to get some guys that can come into play right now. I'm not trying to spend that big of money on offensive linemen because with the Cardinals' history,
good point. Good point.
Not worked out. I'm talking about all these are my guys now. Yeah, Davis. Right.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna bring in Steve Kime to go ahead and give us the pick. We had to go do some. We had to get a Cardinal guy to come in here and do the thing for us. So I got my man Richard Sines. Richard Sines kind of turned to the side, dude. You got to.
Hey,
Fox News. What's up, man?
What's going on, Richard?
What's up, fellas?
Hey, did you see this? You see these pics? Do you see these pics I just sent you?
I was trying to find out who we need to drug test, who we need to who need to keep in self quarantine when all this coronavirus stuff is over.
Oh no!
Hello, sir.
What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Hey, before you start, Richard, congratulations on everything too.
Yeah.
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
So right now we sitting on. I like the black helmet in the back too. That's pretty tight. Hey, so we're sitting on CeeDee Lamb.
I got my boy Vince Lombardi here too. Vince Lombardi.
Oh, is that right?
Oh,
yeah. My boy Patrick Mahomes sent me that.
Nah. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
He's my homie. You know what I mean?
Hey, Richard, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I don't know if you remember me. I played for the Cardinals for a little while.
Of course.
Yeah, that's.
I know you wish we had these black helmets, right?
I wish. I was always the guy that said that we should have an all-black uniform. But that was
but you know the Bid Wills wouldn't go for that. They keep it too classic. I remember Edgerrin James was really pushing for that too.
Oh yeah,
without a doubt. So everybody just congratulates you. What did they congratulate you for?
Well, the great Jude LaCava finally retired, so I got moved up. So.
He's doing the deal.
I'm just like a stray cat they fed that never went away.
So we got about a couple of minutes here left, 3 minutes here. So what's the pick gonna be, Steve Kime?
All right. Well, you got to protect the investment in Kyler Murray. You got to go offensive line. You have to, man. It's not sexy, but it's effective. And I like the Wills kid from Alabama. And Wirfs also from Iowa, whatever the Giants do will determine on what we do as the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay,
the Giants are probably going to take Wills, and then you can take Wirfs, the kid from Iowa who's tested through the roof, and he fits that offense. He can move. He's versatile. Can play several positions on that line. But you got to get big boys up front on both sides of the football.
Oh man! So here you go.
With the 8th pick in the NFL draft, the Arizona Cardinals select
offensive tackle from University of Alabama, Jedrick Wills.
Oh, we got Jedrick Wills off the board already.
Oh no!
Giants took him already.
So it'd be worse then.
That's what I said. Take worse.
It'd be worse. Okay, yeah. Okay.
There it is.
First, I'm taking him.
Okay. So Tristan Wirfs is going to be the pick. Richard's saying we're going, like Ed said, offensive line. All right, man. Appreciate you coming in.
The only way they don't stay put at 8 is if maybe the Raiders get crazy and want to give them a second-round pick.
And they will.
And maybe move up or down. And if the Cardinals do trade down later in that first round, I think they go D-line. Either way, I think they're going to try to get better on each side of the ball on that offensive defensive line. I like the Brown kid, the Derek Brown from Auburn, if they trade down into the teams. And I also like the Kinlaw kid too.
In the past, though, our trading down and trying to get picks back, trying to get more picks back, kind of never hardly worked out for Steve Kine. I mean, the last time we did that, we missed on Suggs. So
yeah, I do remember that.
Just stay at 8.
But they did get Anquan Bolden in the second round in that
draft.
True.
So. That's true. That's
solid
true.
rebuttal.
That, he wasn't the GM at that time.
Exactly. It was Rod Graves. Rod Graves is the GM.
That's true. Man, this was pretty cool, Rich. I appreciate you coming in, man. Thanks.
You should have played All Eyes on Me. When you get him on, you got to play
exactly.
Hey, Rich,
All Eyes on Me, baby.
Hey, Rich, listen to this. I know y'all got oh boy, what's his name? The other lineman, the cat that played in Pittsburgh. Y'all got him.
Max Starks.
Yeah, Max Starks. Max Starks over there doing some work, but come on, man.
Give your boy JB a call.
Yeah, I'm right here in the valley. Look, y'all better. Look, first of all, Rich, I've been trying to get in that building for the last 2 years.
Oh no!
Let's connect. I like the way you think.
Hey, Rich.
Right
hey,
now,
Rich.
I can't even get in the building right now.
That's true.
Seriously, that's why we're all working from home. But when I can get back in the building, I'll work on getting you back in the building.
In case you forgot, Rich, JB is the founder of the Bird Gang. This is the man
for sure.
Thing together.
The OG.
It's documented.
Him and Darnell Dockett started that. So
I remember that. You know what? We're gonna get you on. Mark my words. Everybody here is witness. We're gonna get you on.
There you go. Right. There you go.
All eyes on JB.
Melissa got my number. Everybody got my number.
Right.
All right. I will. I'll get it.
Hey, this has been one hell of a show, guys. I want to thank all you guys for coming in. Richard, thanks again. Appreciate you coming in and being Steve Kine for us. Thank you to all my panel up here, Jay Adams, Ed Smith, JB, my man Benny Blue Eyes, and my man Mitch, who's still traveling. Be careful out there, dog.
Thank you.
And Sean, hey, man, we'll see you next time, man. And I want you to do the driving. What happened, dude? You're supposed to do the driving. What happened?
It looked like Mitch was the one driving. I don't know what happened. I didn't have my seatbelt.
You can.
That's another edition of the Casual Sports Show, everybody. Peace out. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Yeah.